Hello, I'm Dr. Dee Gray, and I design and deliver transformational learning programs that are all about resilience and well-being. That's quite a bold statement, but the short film you're about to watch hopefully will demonstrate some of the impact of one of the programs on people who participated in such a program earlier this year.
Hello, my name's Elizabeth.
Hi, my name is Leslie Pitchford.
Hello, I'm Dennis.
I'm Antonietta Feroldi.
My name is Charlotte.
My name's John.
My name is Hugh Bennett.
My name is Myra Bennett.
My name's Brian Glover. I've been a full-time unpaid carer for over 15 years now for my wife, who has severe disabilities. She suffers with lymphedema, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, asthmatic, and she's type 2 diabetes. And she's confined to a hospital bed at home, and she's been like that for several years now.
I care for David, who is my husband of 45 years, and he has Alzheimer's disease.
My husband had a stroke about 8 years ago.
I'm a full-time carer to my wife Anne, who's got Alzheimer's disease.
I care for my dad, who's 84. He's been living with me 7 years. He has a history of manic depression, manic behaviour of late in the last 7 years.
I care for my 86-year-old father.
Care for my son who has Down syndrome. He's 43 years of age, and I've been his main carer for, throughout his period.
With the help of my husband, I have been supporting my sister-in-law who's had nervous anxiety problems from when she was a teenager.
I've been caring for my sister since my adolescent really, and I must, with time, it is getting on top of me really quietly.
Yes, interesting question. Before I looked after Dad, I was security in film and TV.
I've always been a teacher, all my life, although I've always been also a carer all my life. When Arthur first had his stroke, I had to go and get psychiatric help because he is 8 years older than me, and he seemed so like my father when he was elderly, but relationship with my husband, sometimes I felt like his daughter, sometimes I felt like his sister. And I went to the doctor and I said, I don't know who I am, and I don't know where I am, and I don't know what to do. And the doctor arranged for me to have some counselling.
Before I became David's carer, I was a practice nurse in a local surgery. Big change for me when I became David's carer, and I must admit I went through a period of grief and loss and adjustment, which was quite difficult for me alongside David's diagnosis. So there's been huge changes, but you could call it learning and turning. It's not where I chose to be, but it's where we are.
I've been very well supported by my wife Myra.
We've been married for over 40 years now, and since the death of her parents, we've been her main carers.
90% of the time he's a pussycat. He's very easy to look after. He does demonstrate occasionally bad behaviour, I think we'd call it. Bad father.
As I was noticing with myself that I tend to be isolated with trying to keep everything running. I seem to be doing it all on my own, and as I was living in a rural area, there's no public transport or facilities local.
And I'm glad actually that I've got the skills to look after David in an informed way. He tells me I'm his #1 special nurse.
I was scared to leave him alone for long, but I got a card which tells people that I'm a carer, and then if anything happens to me, somebody will go and look after him.
I'd finished my job because I couldn't juggle my work in the hospital, night shifts with looking after my dad. I was burnt out, I was tired all the time, I was below par, and I needed a lifeline. So to come here, it was impulsive. It was an impulsive decision to come. I was seeking help because I was not happy, not in a happy place at all.
Just before I joined the programme, I was, I think, about to crack. I didn't realise it at the time, you know, stiff upper lip and, you know, just keep going, just keep going. Feeling very, very trapped, feeling no way out, no hope, nothing to look forward to.
I found it very hard in my adolescence, I must admit, really. But since coming here, really, I've learned more and more, really. And of course, I've been so well supported by my wife. She's been a big help to me.
Lately, it had been very, very difficult before I joined the program with Sandro, because of course now he too is getting old and he's got his own identity, you know, his own personality, which is quite strong and so on. And we fought a lot because he won't listen. He's very, very stubborn. Very stubborn.
And I was feeling pretty lost. I was really, really tired. We still lack support as provided by the local authority, and we've got lots of voluntary help, or some voluntary help. When I came to the course, it was life-changing, to be honest, and to walk into a room full of people who are sharing the journey and have informed, valuable support and information to give me tools to improve the way things are, because I can't change the way things are, was really, really helpful. It was a bit of a light bulb for me, and it was quite life-changing.
I found myself with like-minded carers, and because of the nature of the course, it was very friendly, outgoing, and was able to offload a lot of burdens, and at the end of it we all came out of it a lot better. And in myself, I was much able to cope with everyday situations that arose at home, which often happened on a daily basis.
The course was a bit of a surprise, really. I spent the first session gently sobbing. It came out of nowhere. I didn't know why I was crying, but I think it was the realisation that for the first time in probably 5 years, I had thought about myself rather than my dad or the, you know, poor dad, you know, he can't do this, he can't do that. My daily, every day you think, right, what can I do for dad today to make it more pleasant for him? And really, I hadn't noticed, but you tend to take, you just disappear actually. You don't even take a back seat. Your needs and whatever just disappear.
But it certainly helped me to think a bit more about being relaxed and how to, if you like, rather better cope with things on this level.
I have choice. I believe I've discovered my on-off button, or certainly I have a way of turning the volume down, controlling my own reaction to certain situations. Obviously, many reactions are instinctive, but I do now feel that I do have much better control over my emotions, and my logic is. My reasoning is now, I have some reasoning now, whereas before it just seemed like I was in a sea of cotton wool, and I just couldn't sort of, I couldn't get anywhere.
The course has given me the resilience tools that I need to help me.
Coming here to this group, I've learned so much, really, about myself. And of course, the benefit of this group to me is that really I look forward to a Wednesday, because I know then that on a Wednesday I don't have the responsibility of my sister, really. It's a complete break, really, and I'm so grateful for that.
The most valuable thing that I feel that I've had is to gain more self-awareness through the fact that of the role of being a carer, because there hasn't really been training for it. We've just gone on an ad hoc basis, adapting as needed, and there wasn't any real professional help and support for my sister-in-law.
When I received the information about this program, I decided to join, not knowing what it would lead to, obviously, but I'm very grateful that I did, because it has helped me a lot to calm down and to tackle the problems with Sandro, his stubbornness, the way he wants to do things and so on, in a better way. So
I am important. I think that was the biggest thing, that if I don't work or if I break, then what's going to happen to Dad? That's the bottom line. And so it's not being selfish, it's not putting yourself first, it's not a negative connotation to thinking about yourself. It's very positive, to keep yourself healthy mentally, and to keep up activities, going out, meeting people, even if it's just for a 20-minute chat over a coffee. It's so important. I'm a lot happier, a lot